Hey guys, it's Melanie from melaniekaham.com. Welcome back to my channel. Today's video, we're gonna make a daisy crochet granny square. Now, I did a sunflower granny square, I think it was last fall, and you guys loved it so much. I thought it'd be fun to celebrate spring and do a daisy version of the granny square. So, here's the sample I'm working on. So as always, full written instructions will be linked down below. I will also go ahead and do the math out to make a lap size version. So if you want to do this in a lap size, I'll kind of work out the math and give you a general idea of how much yarn you'll need depending on what yarn you choose and all of that good stuff. So I'll have all those details on the blog as well. This is a great sort of advanced beginner project. Make sure you have done a project or two in the round, and then I think you can totally do it. This is so cute. Oh my gosh. It's little, and then here's a version that I did with an additional round of that background. So you can do whichever version you'd like. I'd love to see what you guys make. What color background are you going to pick? So you need some yellow and white for that daisy, and then whatever background you'd like. So let's jump right in. I'm going to show you how to make it. All right, here is my color palette, our little daisy block. You need a yellow and a white for your daisy, but then your background color can be whatever you like. I picked pink, teal would be pretty, a tan, I mean tons of options. You can pick that for yourself. That's here. My yarn suggests a J or a 6mm hook, so that's what I'll be using. These clover hooks are my favorite. So yeah, let's get started. Grab your yellow yarn. I like to make, maybe 8 or 10 of my centers at one time. Then I'll take all of those and do the white all at one time, and then I'll do all of the pink at one time. So it's kind of an assembly line fashion. That way it goes a little quicker and you're not constantly grabbing different colors of yarn. You can just sort of keep going. I'm going to start with a magic loop. Hold the free end, make a circle, put your yarn in and grab that working yarn. And then a quick yarn over and pull through to secure. So now we've got our magic loop. We need to do 8 single crochets in our loop. So insert your hook, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, 2 loops, single crochet, so we need 8. All right, we've got 8. Now we can pull on our free end, tighten that up, and then we can join to that first stitch with a slip stitch. Okay, that's all done for our center. So now we can cut that yarn. And fasten that off. Okay, so now grab your white. And I like to just start away from those tails into this stitch. Attach our new color. Okay, insert your hook back into that spot. Yarn over, pull through, pull up a loop, and then chain 3. 1, 2, 3. I want to make sure you can see that white. So we did our chain 3. Now we're going to be doing some cluster stitches. Here's how they look on the block on our granny square. Chain 3, yarn over, insert back into that same stitch. Yarn over, pull through, yarn over, 2 loops, yarn over, back into the stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, 2 loops only, yarn over, back into the stitch, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, 2 loops only. And so each cluster is a 4 double crochet cluster, but our chain 3 counted as our first one. So then we will yarn over, pull through all of those loops. Okay, chain 2, yarn over, insert into the next stitch. Sometimes it's a little hard to see. It's kind of buried by that petal. Yarn over, pull through, yarn over 2 loops, yarn over, insert back in, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, 2 loops, yarn over, 2 loops. So we need a total of 5 loops should be on your hook. So we want 4 of those like partially made double crochets. Okay, right, 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 5 loops on our hook. Yarn over, pull all the way through. Chain 2. So go ahead and continue that in each stitch all the way around. So we did 8 single crochets, which means we're going to have 8 petals. Okay, I'll meet you at the end. Just finished my last petal, chain 2, and then we're going to slip stitch in the top of that chain 3 that we did initially. Yarn over, pull through, slip stitch. Okay, now we can cut this yarn. And then if your center starts to open up a little bit, once we weave in our tails, we'll cinch that up and then weave it in so it'll stay like that. So don't worry about that too much. Okay, now let's grab our background. I've got my pink. Okay, find one of those chain 2 spaces, and that's where we're going to attach it. Insert our hook, pull up a loop, give yourself a little stitch. Now we're going to chain 5. So that'll be 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we need to do 3 double crochets in the same stitch. So 1, 2, 3. And then you'll see how we finish this up when we get back around. Okay, and then we're going to do 3 double crochets in the next chain 2 space. Okay, and now here's our corner. So just for reference, we have our corner, 3 double crochet, and then corner. So we need 3 double crochets again. Okay, chain 2 for that corner spot, and then another 3 double crochets in the same chain 2 space. You can see how that corner gets formed, and then we repeat 3 double crochets and then a corner, 3 double crochets and then a corner, 3 double crochets, and then I'll show you how to finish up that first corner that we started. There's how it's looking. So we did our 3 double crochet here. Now this first chain 5 that we did counts as a double crochet and then that chain 2 for that corner. So we just need to do 2 double crochets to finish out that corner. When we're done, we will connect it on the 3rd chain up. That way we keep that chain 2. And then fasten off. All right, now we have some tails to weave in. So I weave in all my tails at the very end. Just to show you really quick, I'll do one as a demo. I like to use a metal yarn needles for this. The plastic ones are sometimes a little too long, especially if you have kind of some smaller strands like this. And if you have smaller strands where it's just not quite long enough to use a yarn needle, then grab one of your smaller hooks like this, and you can weave it in that way. Just make sure that it's secure. But if you have a yarn needle, okay, so for this magic ring, make sure that this is nice and pulled and closed. And then we'll just weave it around a few times. Just enough to make sure that it's secure. And then once it's secure, you can trim it off. All right, once all of your tails are woven in, that's what it looks like. I will link my video in the description box for my 3 different ways to join granny squares together. You can do that. I also made this sample to show you what it looks like to have one additional round of that background. This is also great if you want to do a join as you go, which is the 3rd method in the video that I'll link. Then you can do this outside round as you're joining your squares. So totally up to you. Here's my little sample that I made. And this is joined by using a yarn needle and sewing it together. So that's the back. This is so cute. Oh my gosh, it turned out so cute. All right guys, what do you think? Pretty cute, right? So like I mentioned during the tutorial, the description box will have my video that is 3 ways to join your granny squares together. So I kind of like to do them assembly line fashion and just make all of them and then sew them together with the yarn and yarn needle. That's just sort of how I like to do it, but the crochet as you go to where you attach it as you go with that background is also a really great method. So I walk you through all of those in that video. That's linked in the description box. If you make one of these, make sure to tag me on social media. I love to see what you guys make, especially on Instagram. That is kind of like a really easy way to tag me. I'll have all my social links in the description box as well. Be sure to share this with your friends. This is a great traveling project if you are an RVer or you're going to go camping or you're starting to go places this summer. This is also a great traveling project because you don't need to have a huge blanket or something to carry around with you. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll see you in the next video. Bye!